Welcome to digital learning, dear students. Today we are in the second session of chapter number 4. Yesterday we have begun the chapter number 4, that is valuation and verification of assets and liabilities. And we have discussed in the last class about the classification of liabilities, and we have completed the part 1. Today we are continuing with part 2. So we have studied already in the last class that the basis of classification of assets, the valuation basis differs depending on the type of the asset. Valuation, basis of valuation, mode of valuation is not same for all the assets. It is different for fixed assets, current assets, vesting assets, intangible assets, fictitious assets, and contingent assets. It differs. So we should know first of all basically what are these assets. We have already studied this in accountancy, but still it is better to know it here to refresh your knowledge so that you can easily understand the watching of the valuation and verification of the different type of the assets. So here in the last class we have already discussed about the fixed assets, current assets and vesting assets. Today let me explain here other three type of the asset. They are intangible asset, fictitious asset and fixed assets and contingent assets. First of all, we will discuss about the fourth one. Three we have completed already in the last session. Fourth one is intangible asset. The intangible asset, there are two types of asset basically. One is intangible, other one is tangible. Tangible assets may be current asset or fixed asset. And as per our classification in the last session, in the last slide I have shown the classification, it may also be vesting asset, isn't it? So they are the tangible assets. You can see the tangible assets. You can touch the tangible assets. It has a concrete form. It is visible. They are all tangible assets like fixed assets, machinery. They are all tangible assets. They are tangible. But the opposite of tangible asset is what we are discussing now. That is intangible assets. The intangible assets have no physical or concrete form. So it is not visible. It is not visible. ಈ ಟ್ಯಾಂಜಿಬಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಂಟ್ಯಾಂಜಿಬಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಅದು ನಮಗೆ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಭೌತಿಕ ರೂಪ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕಾಂಕ್ರೀಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅದನ್ನು ದರ್ಶಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗದಂತಹ, ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಅಸೆಟ್. Even though you cannot see it, even though it is having no physical or concrete form, but their capacity is, what is their capacity? It has the ability. What is that ability? It has, or they have income producing ability, but cannot be seen, cannot be touched. They have income producing ability. For example, the patent. For example, nowadays we are suffering from the whole world is under the COVID-19 threat of COVID-19 pandemic. But after around one and a half years, the vaccine is found out. The scientists have found out the vaccine, and they have the patent right on that. What is can you see the patent of the vaccine? You can see the vaccine, but can you see the patent of the vaccine? No. It is even invisible. It is a what we say patent right. We can say in total intellectual property right, IPR anta heltare, intellectual property right. Among them, this patent right is one. You can't see it, but what is the ability of that patent right to produce the income? It has great ability to produce the income. It has got such a ability. The companies can earn billions, millions and billions of dollars and rupees, isn't it, as an income? Now you see the vaccine companies, how much they are earning. It is the income producing ability. They cannot be seen. Vaccine can be seen. It is not the vaccine which is producing income. It is also producing, okay, but the patent is producing the income, isn't it? The person who has invented something, and he has given the patent right to a company, and through that, by giving that patent right to the company, that scientist or that engineer, he is earning the income. He has that patent right has the ability to earn the income. In the same way, the copyright, the trademarks, all these things, fixed assets, it is a fixed asset, but it has no concrete form. Intangible assets like goodwill, patent rights, trademarks, copyrights, licenses, tenancy rights. Goodwill, you have explained the patent right. Trademarks, isn't it? Some of the companies, they have the trademark for them. I'm not showing you the pictures here. You can see any product. In the product itself, trademark is there. The computer, the mobile, isn't it? The LG or Samsung, they have a trademark, isn't it? Each and every company has a trademark. If you take any of the company, they have a trademark, isn't it? So sometimes it may be brand name, or sometimes it may be a trademark. Any product, isn't it? If you take your textbook also, if you take the textbook, it has the trademark, isn't it? Notebook, textbook has a copyright. Sometimes the notebook, the companies, they have for their product, they have trademarks. Copyright, it is for the textbooks, isn't it? Somebody has written a textbook, crores of rupees earned by some of the writers just by the copyright. They are getting the royalty ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಆ ಕಾಪಿರೈಟ್ಗೆ. ಬುಕ್ ಬರೆದು ಅದನ್ನು ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಪಬ್ಲಿಷಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಪನಿ, ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪೇ ರಾಯಲ್ಟಿ. license for some of the purposes, for mining or for queries, like that, it is earning the income. Tenancy rights, isn't it? You are giving your land or your building as to the tenants, to the people on tenancy basis, you are earning the income. It is all intangible assets. Next one is fictitious asset. What is this fictitious asset? It is also not visible. This is also neither physically visible nor realizable into cash. ಈ ಫಿಕ್ಟಿಷಿಯಸ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವಿಚಿತ್ರವಾದದ್ದು, ಅದನ್ನು ಕಾಣಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ಸಿ ಇಟ್, ಫಿಸಿಕಲಿ ನಾಟ್ ವಿಸಿಬಲ್. ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್, ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಂಟು ಕ್ಯಾಶ್? ನೋ, ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಂಟು ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಡನ್. ಅದಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕದು ಅದು ಮಾಡಿ ಆಗಿದೆ ಎಸೆಟ್ ನ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಕೂತಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. These are the items of expenditure which have no exchange value. Really, they are the expenditure, but it has no exchange value. That expenditure, this asset cannot be exchanged to another one. Nobody will purchase it. It has no capacity, ability to sell itself. Nobody can sell it also. It has no exchange value. ವಿನಿಮಯ ಮೌಲ್ಯವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ಇದೊಂದು expenditure which is capitalized. I will give you some examples. They are the revenue expenditure that have been temporarily capitalized with the object of spending the amount of expenditure over a long period of time. ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಜವಾಗಿ they are the expenditure. ಅದು expenditure. For example, when you form a company, you spend the money for registration, licensing, different purposes you spend the money. Isn't it? Where you spend the money, and that money you spent is capitalized. You may be starting a company with 3,000 rupees, 3,000 crores of share capital, and the promoters, they have spent around 10 lakh rupees for beginning of that company, maybe sometimes more also. And this 10 lakh to begin the company, to start the company, is called preliminary expenses. Can you see the expenses? No, registration, different fees, issue, that this different type of the expenses you have spent. Nothing is there in the form of furniture ಅಥವಾ asset ನ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದಿಲ್ಲ. It is all other type of the expenditure, but they are preliminary expenditure. ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆದಂತಹ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಆದಂತಹ ಒಂದು 10 ಲಕ್ಷ 50 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದನ್ನು ಒಂದೇ ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸುವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, but they should be spread over a period of time. That preliminary expense should be spread over a period of time. Normally 10 years ಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರಲ್ವಾ, ಈಗ preliminary expenses ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಆಫ್ 10% ಅಂತ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನೋಡಿದಿರಲ್ವಾ, ಅದೇನೆಂದ್ರೆ preliminary expenditure it is treated as asset and it is similarly it is depreciate ಮಾಡಿದಾಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ amortize ಅಥವಾ ರೈಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ ವರ್ಷ ಒಂದು 5 ವರ್ಷ 10 ವರ್ಷದವರೆಗೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದರ ನಂತರ ಅದು ಝೀರೋ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. Can you sell it? Does it have any value? No. Sorry, exchange value ಇದೆ, exchange value ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. Another example, expenses on issue of the shares. Share issue ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಆದ expenditure you cannot directly debit to the profit and loss account. Profit and loss account ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಲಾಭದಿಂದ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಓವರ್ ಎ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಯರ್ಸ್. ಒಂದು 5-10 ವರ್ಷದವರೆಗೆ ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಒಂದು 10 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಖರ್ಚಾದ್ರೆ 10 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 lakh ಈಚ್ ಇವರು. ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ಆನ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಶೇರ್ ಸೇಮ್. Expenses on issue of debentures same. Underwriting commission. So the company is subscribing in a public offer, making the public offer. They need 1,000 crore rupees, for example, as a capital. They are what we say, they need subscription, 100% subscription. If the subscription doesn't reach a specified limit, the subscription cannot be continued. The money which is received should be returned and you have to cancel the subscription. For confirming the subscription, the companies, what they do is they make an agreement with some underwriters, agents. They make sure that your shares are subscribed, and if anything is not subscribed, they will buy it, and that is called they have to be paid something, that is underwriting commission, which will be a huge amount, which cannot be debited to profit and loss account for 1 year. It has to be spread over a number of years. It is shown as an asset. Special advertisement expenditure. When a new product is launched into the market, you have to spend a lot of money for that, but which cannot be charged for 1 year. For example, when Tata company, they have released a new product in the market. For releasing that, they might have spent a lot of expenditure, isn't it? Before it comes out, we all knew about the nano vehicle, isn't it? But for that, they have spent the expenditure. Can they charge that full expenditure, advertisement expenditure for 1 year? No, they may be spreading it for number of years. Heavy repair expenditure. Small repair, okay, 1 year you can charge. Heavy repair expenditure, its benefit will last for 5 years or 10 years, maybe 2-3 years or 5 years maybe. So it will also be, what we have to do, it will also be charged to many years. And these are all revenue expenditure. Looks like a revenue expenditure, but some of them are not revenue expenditure. It looks like that. Its parts are revenue expenditure, alwa. ಆದರೆ ಅದರ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ತುಂಬಾ ವರ್ಷ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಎಂಬ ಕಾರಣ ಅದನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಫಿಕ್ಟಿಷಿಯಸ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಂಟಿಂಜೆಂಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಂಟಿಂಜೆಂಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್? There are assets, the existence, value and ownership depends upon the performance or non-performance of a specific event, specified event. If you do, or if an event happens, or if an event doesn't happen, then there will be existence of an asset. There will be value for it. There will also be a ownership for it. ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಘಟನೆ ನಡೆದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ ಒಂದು ಅಸೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಕೆಲವು ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಘಟನೆ ನಡೆಯದಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಅಸೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಂಟಿಂಜೆಂಟ್. ಕಂಟಿಂಜೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಂಡೀಷನಲ್. Contingent upon some event. This asset is contingent upon some event. So we say its existence depends on happening or non-happening of an event in future. ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಘಟನೆ ನಡೆದ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ ನಡೆಯದಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಉಂಟಾಗಬಹುದು. ಆ ಭವಿಷ್ಯವನ್ನು ಊಹಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಅಸೆಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಕಂಟಿಂಜೆಂಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಆನ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಆನ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್. ಅದು ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಅಸೆಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಪರಿಣಮಿಸಬಹುದು. ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಆನ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಆನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ನಾನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಆನ್ ಇವೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್. ಒಂದು ಘಟನೆ ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ ನಡೆದ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ ನಡೆಯದಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಬಹುದು, ಒಂದು ಅಸೆಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಪರಿಣಮಿಸಬಹುದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗ ಕಂಟಿಂಜೆಂಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. Examples you see: uncalled capital of a company. The uncalled capital of a company. For example, a company has 10 lakh rupees worth authorized share capital. out of the 10 lakh rupees worth authorized share capital, they have called and they have received money for 9 lakh. 1 lakh is still pending. This may become an asset in future if this 1 lakh is also received from the public. ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಹಣ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಆಗ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಡೆಟ್ ಔಟ್ ಶೇರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಶೇರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಪರಿಣಮಿಸ್ತದೆ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ? ಈಗ ಕ್ಲೈಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ರೀಫಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಫೈಲ್ಡ್ an application for refund of the income tax. ಈ ರೀಫಂಡ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ GSTಗೂ ಆಗಿ. ಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕಂಪನ್ಸೇಷನ್, ಕ್ಲೈಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಫಾರ್ ಬ್ರೀಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಅದರದ್ದು. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಘಟನೆ ನಡೆದ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ ನಡೆಯದೇ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆಗುವಂತಹ ಅಸೆಟ್ಗಳು. ಹೋಪ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದೀಸ್ ತ್ರೀ explanation of these three assets, I have framed some questions. Intangible assets have no physical form, have no concrete form, are not visible, all of the above. Which of the following is not an intangible asset? Goodwill, copyright, trademark, loose tools. Next, fictitious assets are not realizable into cash, have no physical form, have no exchange value, all of the above. Which of the following is not an example for fictitious asset? Preliminary expenses, expenses of issue of shares, trademarks, underwriting commission. ಯಾವುದು fictitious ಅಲ್ಲ ಎಂದು ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫಾಲೋವಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಕಂಟಿಂಜೆಂಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್? ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಟಿಂಜೆಂಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಯಾವುದಂತ ನೀವು ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅನ್ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಕಂಪನಿ, ಪೇಟೆಂಟ್, trademarks, preliminary expenses. Hope you have understood all the questions and the session. Thank you for listening to the class.